welcome to the channel. Depression. We've all dealt with depression at some point in our life. It's just that some people deal with it better than others. And if you're out like I were, when I suffered bad with depression, in my late 20s, early 30s, depression hit me like a ton of bricks for a number of reasons. Life, it was stress, issues at work, and things like that. And I used to lock myself in the bedroom when I were in these depression ruts. I didn't want to speak to anybody. I just wanted to lock myself away from the world and be on my own. And I just used to lay in bed and stare at four walls. I couldn't even bring myself to put telly on because I was that depressed. And I'd get angry with people, especially family members. Excuse me, guys. About nothing. I'd snap even when I didn't need to snap. I'd shout at people for no reason. I was just one angry motherfucker. But this is what depression does. It makes you think and act differently. Well, it certainly did with me anyway. I don't know if you're the same, if you're going through depression. But I weren't myself until I snapped out of these depression ruts. And then I'd apologise to my mum and I'd feel so bad for the way I'd acted. But if you're going through depression, I'm really sorry about that. I sympathise with you because I know how hard it is. It's not easy. Depression drove me to the edge many times, and I very nearly did a silly thing. I think you can guess where it is. But thank the Lord Jesus Christ that I find ways to get better and improve my mental health and depression. And one of the things I did was to practice semen retention. If you don't know what semen retention is, it's all about holding on to your life force, your essence, your semen, and not squandering it every day. Whacking sausage, you know what I mean? I started looking into it, I started doing research. Because back when I were depressed, I was addicted to corn, naughty websites. And I was doing it every day. And I'd feel guilty. After I'd done it, I'd feel shameful. My energy had been depleted. And then depression would kick in. And as time went by, I was thinking to myself, something's not right here. Maybe it's because I'm doing this too often. And it was one of the main causes. So like I said, I hopped onto semen retention. Initially, I only could go about 2 days, before I'd need to blow a load. But eventually I got better and better and better to the point where I could last a week. Then I thought to myself, right now, I'm going to go for 2 weeks. So I lasted 2 weeks. And it just went on and on and on, and I got better. And I learned how to deal with the sexual urges. And to the point where I'm at now, where I'm nearly at 9 months. So I've gone 9 months without whacking sausage, which is not easy to do. But the benefits are outstanding. Depression. What's that mean? I don't suffer with depression anymore. God's honest truth. I tell you what, I get angry, I get upset. But there's a massive difference with being angry and upset to being in a severe depression rut. Because before this semen retention, I'd get depressed for no reason, honestly. My life could be going perfect, and I'd get depressed. Yeah. But with this retention, I don't. It's just, like I said, I get angry and upset, but there's a massive difference, isn't there? This is the power of holding on to your life force, yeah? We're not meant to be squandering it. We're not meant to be watching men and women bang each other. It's not good, it's not right for your brain, yeah? Every time you do that, dopamine gets pumped into your brain, which it's a feel-good chemical. The more you do it, the more you want it, yeah? The more dopamine you flood into your brain, the more your body and your brain's going to want, yeah? Then you start getting addicted to it, like I was. And it's not good. To the point where, if you don't get it, you get angry, you get upset, you get depressed. Can you see the link? But by controlling this, and bringing the levels of dopamine in your brain to a normal level, you'll feel better. Get your dopamine naturally by exercise, by going out walking, by doing things that are natural. That's what you want to do, and it'll help you with your depression. Take a quick swallow break. Yeah, but if you're going through depression, this even applies to the females. Not semen based and testosterone and all that, but with the masturbation side of things, yeah? I'm speaking to one person in particular here, you know who you are, but I'm not going to mention your name. Right? You're addicted to it, aren't you? And you've even said to me personally, of at Discord, Jammer, it's affected me. I know I'm addicted, and when I do it, I feel down and I feel guilty and shameful, and my energy's so low. That's because of that, you know, don't you? You need to improve and start and do other things in life that make you feel good. I'm not saying it's bad, it's not. You know, you could be watching this video now thinking, what the fuck is this guy going on about? I get what you're saying. You know, you could have a missus, kids, you could have a family. You could be smashing shit out your woman every night. You could feel alright, you know. More power to you, mate, yeah? But not everybody's the same, not everybody wants that. I certainly don't. I don't want a missus, well, I don't know. It'd be nice to have a woman at some point, but now's not the right time. And I certainly don't want kids. I just like to be on my own. I like my own company. I like my own space. But yeah, what I was trying to say is, like, you could be releasing every day and feel great. But that doesn't work for me. Do you understand where I'm coming from? This is just my journey with this semen retention. I'm just trying to look within myself and try and be a better man, do you know what I mean? It's difficult to explain, man. It really is.
Thank you.
You're alright. It's not just mentally, it's spiritually and physically as well. I believe that semen retention brings you closer to God. Yeah? I mean, I pray every day. I love Jesus with all my heart. But you might not be religious, but it's what it is, isn't it? We're all different. Nobody's the same. But me personally, it brings me closer to God. Yeah? And it keeps me more grounded. And it makes me appreciate life more. Just like today, I'm out in nature, man. Just having a nice chilled walk. You know, breathing the fresh air. Surrounded by trees, surrounded by wildlife. It's amazing, man, yeah? I can remember looking back to when I was depressed. I used to come out on walks. And I never used to feel this way. I'd be chantering to myself, talking to myself like, fucking hate life, I can't stand it, everything's against me and all this. Now I'm not like that no more. Now my outlook on life's totally different. Yeah? I know that not everything's against me. I know that I hold the power within myself to do anything I want to do in this world. You've just got to have the confidence, yeah, and the balls to do it and go ahead and do it. And that's when semen retention comes in again, because you're so confident. You're holding on to your masculine energy, which is what you're supposed to be doing. So naturally things progress from there, and things get better, and more doors get opened in life, because you're willing to, you've not got that fear anymore. You've not got that self-doubt, you know, that niggling voice in your brain telling you that you can't do it. That don't exist now, mate. It's like with this YouTube channel. I know I've barked on about it many times, but this channel would not exist without semen retention. I want to make that crystal clear. It wouldn't. Before, I just would not have the confidence to talk into a camera, knowing that maybe hundreds or thousands or whatever people are going to watch. It wouldn't have happened. I owe it all to semen retention. I really do. But it's not an easy journey. But I'm telling you, it's worth it 100%. It's changed my life forever. Yeah, and especially with depression. But I know depression, it isn't easy. It hurts me looking back and thinking back to when I was depressed, and all the hurt and all the pain I caused a lot of people. Yeah, or it was mainly partially my fault, you know, because I left school without no qualifications. I couldn't sit still at school because I had Tourette's syndrome, so I was always twitching. Couldn't sit still. I wasn't the brightest, but I weren't the thickest. So I could have done well if I would have just tried to knuckle down, but I couldn't sit still. So it's my fault that I left school without no qualifications, and I had to go into factory jobs. But I had other options. I had opportunities to go to college, but I just never took it because I never knew what I wanted to do. And to a degree, to this day, I still don't know what I want to do. It's like, I'm not perfect in that department, but I mean, I've got many options. I've got a possibility that I could do some security work with my cousin that's got a business, but who knows? Just going with flow at the minute. But yeah, this YouTube stuff, it's really helped me a lot. It's really helped me get things off my chest, and I just really hope that videos like this can help you, especially if you're suffering with depression and mental health issues. And I just want you to know that you're not on your own. Don't let people say that they've never struggled with it, because they're lying. Everybody at some stage in their life has struggled with depression at some point, yeah? It's common. But you're not on your own. There's ways and things that you can do to help yourself. Just like me today, I'm out in nature. Simple things like that. And try not to think negatively all the time about life. If things are going bad at the minute for you, yeah, you might be depressed about it today, but tomorrow you won't be. There's always tomorrow. There's always a new day. Believe in yourself. Believe in your capabilities as a human being, because you're stronger than what you think. Trust me on that one. You are. So I hope this video has really helped you. Hope you've got something out of it, you know, a bit of motivation, a bit of positivity. I know there's been quite a bit of negativity in this video, but we're talking about depression, aren't we? But yeah, man, stay strong. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day, and hopefully I'll catch you on my next video. Respect.